Hi everyone, so welcome to my channel FR Infinite Maths and myself Raza, and in this video I am going to discuss the chapter statistics for Ntse as well as APSSC, TSSSC and 10th Cbse boards. So all these questions are useful for all these examinations, right? So in this chapter I am going to discuss from the basic level to the higher level questions, right? So if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe the channel and watch the video till the end. So if you like the video, so please share with your friends so that they also get benefited from this video, right? Now without any delay, so let's start with the first question. So question number 1. A bus maintains an average speed of 60 km per hour while going from P to Q and maintains an average speed of 90 km per hour while coming back from Q to P. Then the average speed of the bus is. So it's asking you to find out the average speed of the bus. So to find out the average speed of the bus, so first of all we need to know the formula. So average speed. So average speed of the bus is given by total distance traveled. Already we know speed formula, right? So speed formula is nothing but distance by time. But here we are asked to find out average speed, hence it is given by total distance traveled by total time taken, right? But here we don't have any distance or any time given, so he has given only the speed, right? Here what is happening? So from point P to point Q, so a bus is moving. So from P to Q the bus is moving at a speed of 60 km per hour, and from Q to P it is moving at a speed of 90 km per hour. Okay, but here we don't have any distances given. See, whenever the distance is same, then directly we can make use of a formula. So remember this formula. So average speed, when a particular vehicle is moving with the two different speeds but it is covering the same distances in both the cases, then we can make use of this formula. Average speed is given by 2 times of xy divided by x plus y. So this particular formula is obtained from this formula only, right? So here to solve this particular problem, average speed is given by 2 times of xy by x plus y, where x is nothing but the first speed and y is the second speed. So this formula is applicable only when distances are the same, when to and fro distances are same. Now this particular 60 is my x and this 90 is my y. Now directly substituting the value, so 2 into 60 into 90 divided by 60 plus 90. So what I am going to get? So 2 into 60 into 90 divided by 60 plus 90 is 150. Now this 0 0 I can cancel it out. Next in 3 table I can cancel it 3 times. In 3 table 5 times. Again in 5 table, so this 60 goes 12 times. Now finally, so 3 2s are 6, 12 6 72 kilometers per hour. Hence the answer is 72 kilometers per hour. So you need to remember this formula, 2 times of xy by x plus y, and this formula is applicable only when the two distances are same, right? So some of the students, so they will do a mistake here. So the mistake what they will do is, since he is asking you to find out average speed, right? So what they will do is, average means sum by number of, right? Then what will they do? So simply they will take 60 plus 90 divided by 2, which is nothing but 150 by 2. So 150 by 2 is nothing but 75. It is also given in the option, but 75 is not the correct answer. So this particular approach is wrong. Okay, so from this what I can say? So the answer is 72 kilometers per hour. For suppose if the same question, if he has given like this, so from P to Q, if the distance is some d, from Q to R it is again the same distance d, and if it is moving at a speed of 60 km per hour, and from Q to R it is moving at a speed of 90 km per hour, then what is the average speed? Then also we need to apply the same formula, 2 times of xy by x plus y only, right? So whether to and fro motion, or if you are moving in the same straight line, so in both the cases you are going to get the same formula. For suppose if there are 4 points, so from P to Q, Q to R and R to S. So if the distances are same, so if this distance is some d and this distance is also some d. If the speed is, if we are moving with the speed of x kilometers per hour, if we are moving with the speed of y kilometers per hour, and from R to S, if you are moving with z kilometers per hour, then its formula is given by 3 times of x y z by xy plus yz plus zx. So this is nothing but my average speed, right? So if only 2 speeds are given, then you need to make use of this formula. If 3 speeds are given, then you need to make use of this particular formula. Here x, y, z are nothing but the speeds at 3 intervals, right? And here you need to remember that the distances should be same. So then only we can apply this particular formula, right? Next, moving on to question number 2. The median of a given frequency distribution is found graphically with the help of, right? So already about median. So while we are discussing about median in our 10th class, so in the chapter of statistics, so to find out median, we know that we can use the graph of OG curves, right? So this particular graph is nothing but less than cumulative frequency curve, and this is my greater than cumulative frequency curve, and this particular point of intersection is nothing but my point where we are going to have my median value. So this is nothing but my x value and this is nothing but my y value. Here this particular x gives me my median. Hence, to find out the median, this particular x coordinate is nothing but my median for this point of intersection of these two OG curves. The point of intersection in that x coordinate is nothing but my median. Hence, so which particular graph we are using here? So it is nothing but OG curves. Okay. Next, moving on to question number 3. So the mean of 1 by 3, 3 by 4, 5 by 6, 1 by 2 and 7 by 12 is. So what is the formula of mean? So mean is given by sum of observations by number of observations. So here I am using the short notation. So mean is given by sum of observations by number of observations, right? So here what are the observations given? 1 by 3, 3 by 4, 5 by 6, 1 by 2 and 7 by 12. So if I want to find sum of observations, so this sum of observations is given by, so directly I need to add these values, 1 by 3 plus 3 by 4 plus 5 by 6 plus 1 by 2 plus 7 by 12. Now since all these fractions are unlike fractions, so directly what I should do, I need to take the LCM of these values. Now in 3 table 12 goes how many times? So 4 times. So 4 into the numerator. So 4 ones are 4. The same way this 4 in 4 table 12 comes 3 times. So 3 into 3 is 9, plus in 6 table 2 times. So 2 5s are 10, plus again in 2 table 6 times. So 6 ones are 6, plus in 12 table 12 1 time. So 1 into 7 7. Now on adding these values, so 10, so 6 plus 4 is 10, so 10 plus 10 20, 20 plus 9 29, 29 plus 7 36. So 36 divided by 12, so which gives me 3, right? So sum of observations is 3. Now directly finding out the mean, so mean is equal to sum of observations by number of observations. Sum is 3 and the number of observations 1 2 3 4 5. So totally there are 5 observations, so answer is 3 divided by 5. Hence the mean of this particular question is 3 by 5. Next, moving on to the 4th question. The algebraic sum of deviations of a frequency distributed from its mean. So from its mean means actually when you consider assumed mean, right? So when you consider assumed mean, then you are going to get the sum of deviations either positive or negative. So whenever you consider assumed mean, you are going to get the sum of deviations either as positive or negative, because this assumed mean may not be the mean, may not be the actual mean. So that's why we are getting either sum of deviations as positive or negative. If that particular assumed mean becomes actual mean, then the sum of deviations will always become 0. So if assumed mean is not the actual mean, then either sum of deviations is either positive or negative. But here the assumed mean is the actual mean, then sum of deviations is 0, right? Next, moving on to question number 5. If the mean of 10 observations is 20 and that of another 15 observations is 16, then the mean of 25 observations is. Now let us see this question. So always do remember this particular phrase. So mean is equal to sum of observations by number of observations. So whenever you get this particular situation, 10 observations mean is 20, so always go with sum of observations. Okay, so whenever number of observations and the mean is given, then always find out sum of observations. So from this, what is sum of observations? S is equal to m into n. It is nothing but sum is equal to mean into number of observations. So first, finding out the sum of first 10 observations. So sum of 10 observations is given by mean. So mean is 20 into number of observations is 10. So 20 into 10 is 200. So we got the sum of these 10 observations. Next, the same way, finding out the sum of observations, sum of 15 observations. So this is nothing but given by mean. So 16 into number of observations is 15. So 16 15, sir. So how to find the value of 16 15, sir? So 16 tens are 160, 16 5s are 80. So 160 plus 80 is 240. Now what is asking? So mean of 25 observations. So mean of 25 observations means M25. So M25 is given by sum of 25 observations by those 25 observations. So here sum of 25 observations means sum of 10 observations plus sum of 15 observations divided by 25. So which gives me 200 plus 240 divided by 25. Now 200 plus 240 is 440 divided by 25. So already in real numbers we know that. So if denominator, if you make it 100, then we can directly simplify it, right? 25 fours, then in the numerator also we are going to multiply with 4. Now if I multiply with this, so 4 zeros are 0, 4 fours are 16, 1 is carried, 4 fours are 16, 17 divided by 100. So 0 0 gets cancelled, so directly I can write it as 17.6. So without actually dividing, I have found the value of the mean. So the mean of those 25 observations is given by 17.6. Next, moving on to question number 6. The mean of 10 items is x. Mean of 10 items is x, and if each item is increased by 4, increased by 4 means, that means we are adding 4 to each observation, then its mean will be. So clearly, so whenever you are increasing each observation by 4, then its mean also will be increased by 4, right? So there are certain properties. If mean is x and if each observation is increased by 4, then if each observation is increased by 4, then its mean also will be increased by 4, right? If each observation, if mean is x and if each observation is decreased by 4, then the new mean will be x minus 4. If mean is x and if each observation is multiplied by 4, then my mean also gets multiplied with 4. That means new mean will become 4 times of x. The same way, if my mean is x and if each observation is divided by 4, if it is divided by 4, then my new mean also will be of the form x by 4. Okay, next moving on to question number 7. The mean of 10 items, the mean of 10 items the mean of 10 items marks scored by 40 students were found to be 60. So 40 students are there whose mean is 60. Later it was observed that score of 48 was misread as 84. So actually it was 48, but it was misread as 84. So humans can do mistakes, right? So because of that mistake, so here what happened? So we got mean of 60. Then what is he asking? Then the correct mean is. is asking you to find out the correct mean. So for that, what we need to do? So first of all, we need to get the correct sum. So first of all, we need to find out the corrected sum. So before that, so first of all, m is equal to, so what is the formula? Mean is equal to sum of observations by number of observations. So from this, sum of observations is equal to mean into number of observations. So first of all, find out what is the sum. So sum is given by, what is the mean? So mean is 60 into number of observations is 40. So 60 into 40, so 6 4s are 24 followed by 2 zeros. So I got the sum. So is this the correct sum? So this is not the correct sum, right? So I need to find out the corrected sum. So corrected sum. So corrected sum is nothing but, so from this 2400. So this 2400 contains this 84, right? So that 84 I need to subtract and I need to add the corrected value. So what is the correct value? 48. Now simplify this. So how to simplify? 2400 minus 84. So 10 minus 4, it is 6. So 9 minus 8 is 1. Next 2, 3, 1, 6. Next followed by, we are going to add 48 to this. So 8 plus 6, 14. So 1 is carried. So 4 plus 2, 6. So 2, 3, 6, 4. So the corrected sum is 2, 3, 6, 4. Now since we got corrected sum, we will be getting the correct mean now. So correct mean is given by corrected sum. So corrected sum is 2364 divided by, here this particular observation is replaced, right? So replaced means the number of observations will not change. The number of observations will not change. So from this, what I am going to get? Right, 2364 divided by 40. Now from this, 2364 divided by 40. So we need to divide with 40. So for that, what I am going to do is, I am going to keep one decimal and divide it by 4. Now in 4 table, so 4 5s are 20. Next 3 will be carried, right? So otherwise you can directly divide with, so 236.4 with 4. So 4 5s are 20. Next 36. So 4 9s are 36. So followed by, so here 0 will be there. So 0.1. So the answer is 59.1. So hence the answer is 59.1. Right? So here, if you want to find the corrected mean, so simply what you need to do? So you need to find out the corrected sum divided by the number of observations. So based on that, on simplification, we are going to get the answer. Right, next moving on to question number 8. The following observations have been arranged in ascending order. So he said that the observations are arranged in ascending order such that the median of the data is 63. See how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So totally even number of observations are there. So whenever you are having even number of observations, then average of middle 2. That means the average of these two observations is nothing but my median. So what is meant by average? So average is nothing but how many observations we are considering in x plus 2 divided by 2 observations is equal to 63. Now when I add the numerators, this gives me 2x plus 2 divided by 2 is equal to 63. In the numerator, if I take 2 as common, then I can write as x plus 1 divided by 2, which is equal to 63. Here 2 and 2 I can get cancelled, so x is equal to 63. So this plus 1, when I transpose, it becomes minus 1, so which gives me 62. Hence the answer is 62. Next, moving on to question number 9. The difference between maximum and minimum observations in the given data is called. So the maximum value minus minimum value is nothing but my range. So why range is used? So range is used to understand, so from where the class intervals we need to start. So the number of class intervals that are required, so that can be obtained by using this range. Next, moving on to question number 10. if the mode of the data 4, so for mode what we should do, so we need to write down the numbers, so like this. So first is 4, next 3, next 2, 5. So here p is nothing but a number, so that p we need to consider, right? Next what do we have? 4, so right below the 4. Next 5, next 1 is new number, next 7, next 3, next 2, next again 1. So these are nothing but the observations that are given. Now 4 is repeated 2 times, 3 is repeated 2 times, 2 is repeated 2 times, 5 is repeated 2 times, 1 is repeated 2 times. That means this is a multimodal data, right? But what he is saying, if the mode of the data is 3, so if the data is 3, so how can this data become 3 when you have one more 3 present here? So when you have 3 3s, then I can say that it is having mode as 3. That means this particular p, so whatever the p that is there, that p should be this 3. Hence the value of p is 3. So hence answer is 3. Next, moving on to question number 11. The mean weight, if students in a class, the mean weight of 60 students in a class is 40 kgs. So what do you mean by students? So student means girls will be there as well as boys will be there, right? The mean weight of 60 students in a class is 40 kgs. If the mean weight of boys is 50 kgs while that of the girls is 30 kg, then the number of boys and girls are. So the question, he has given the mean of all the 60 students as well as he has given mean of 50, so mean of boys and mean of girls. Now for suppose, how many students are there? Totally 60 students are there. For suppose, if I consider the number of boys as x, then automatically the number of girls, so how many girls will be? Clearly total students are x, no? Then total students are 60, then girls are 60 minus x. Now moving on to, so since what he has given, number of students as well as mean, from this I can find out sum of observations. So from this sum of students, so sum of students is equal to mean of students into number of students. So mean of students means, so it is 40 kg into number of students is 60. So 40 plus 60, 2400, right? The same way, now moving on to mean weight of boys. So from this sum of boys, so sum of boys is equal to mean of boys into number of boys. So what is mean of boys? So mean of boys is given as 50 kg into number of boys. So already we have considered number of boys as x, so this gives me 50 times of x. The same way, sum of girls, so sum of girls is equal to, so mean of girls into number of girls. So what about mean of girls? So mean of girls is 30 into number of girls is 60 minus x. So when I multiply, this gives me 1800 minus 30x. That means this 30 is multiplied with both the terms which are in the brackets. Now observe sum of weights of the students. So sum of weights of the students is this much, right? So sum of weights of students means sum of weights of boys and sum of weights of girls only, no? That means s suffix s. So sum of students is equal to sum of boys plus sum of girls. Then directly from this what I can say, 2400 is equal to 50x plus 1800 minus 30x. So 50x minus 30x is 20x. This 1800 if I transpose, it becomes 600. So from this clearly, so 0 gets cancelled. So x is equal to 30. So if x is equal to 30, then automatically 60 minus x is also is equal to 60 minus 30, which is equal to 30. This means the number of boys are 30 as well as number of girls are also 30. That means both are equal, right? Next, moving on to one more question, question number 12. The AM of n even natural numbers is. So first of all, what are n even natural numbers. So n even natural numbers means, so it starts from 2. So first even natural number is 2, followed by 4, 6, 8 and so on. So till how many natural numbers we need? So we need n even natural numbers. That means the last even natural number is 2n. Okay, the nth even natural number is 2n. Now what is he asking? am. So what is meant by am? Am is nothing but arithmetic mean or mean. So arithmetic mean is given by sum of observations by number of observations. So what is sum of observations here? So 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus and so on plus 2n divided by, so how many number of observations are here? N divided by n. Now if you observe the numerator, here we are having 2, 4, 6, 8. That means I can take 2 as common in the numerator, right? So if I take 2 as common, then I can write as 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on plus n divided by n. Now clearly 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on n is nothing but sum of first n natural numbers. So the formula of sum of first n natural numbers is given by n into n plus 1 by 2 divided by n. So this gives me 2 into n plus 1 divided by, so this 2 comes to the denominator, so this can be written as 2n. So 2 into n gets cancelled, hence the answer is n plus 1. So the arithmetic mean of first n even natural numbers is n plus 1, hence the answer is option 2. Next, moving on to question number 13. If no value of ungrouped data is repeated, so if there is no repetition of data, then the undefined value is, so if there is no repeated data, then there will be no mode. That means it is not defined. So if repetition is there, then only we can say that it contains a mode, right? Next, moving on to question number 14. The range of n whole numbers is, so what is meant by range? So once again we need to recall what is range. So range is nothing but maximum value minus minimum value, right? So range of n whole numbers, so where whole number starts from? So whole number starts from 0 until how many whole numbers I need to write? N whole numbers. So already the counting started from 0, right? Then what will be the nth whole number? So nth whole number will be n minus 1, because if it counting starts from 1, then nth number will be n, but here the counting started from 0, hence the nth whole number will be n minus 1. Then what is the maximum value? Maximum value is n minus 1 minus minimum value is 0, hence the answer is n minus 1. So answer is n minus 1. Next, moving on to question number 15. If a data containing 20 items can be arranged in ascending order, so how many items are there? So 20 items. So 20 means, so what is meant by 20? 20 is an even number, right? So they are arranged in ascending order. Then median. So if there are even number of observations, then average of middle 2 will be my median. So average of middle 2 is nothing but average of 10th and 11th items, right? Next, moving on to question number 16. The empirical relation between mean, median and mode is, right? So the empirical relationship between mean, median and mode is given by, so mode is equal to 3 times of median minus 2 times of mean. So this is nothing but the empirical relation. So hence option 2 is my answer. Now simple way to remember. So I am telling you how to remember this. See, in median how many letters are there? So totally 6 letters are there, right? So half of 6 is 3. So before median we will be having 3. Next, for mean how many letters are there? 4 letters. So half of 4 is 2. So it will be multiplied with 2. So mode is equal to 3 times of median minus 2 times of mean. So likewise you can remember this particular formula, right? Next, so there is one more situation. So there is one more situation, that is nothing but symmetrical data. So for symmetrical data, mean is equal to median is equal to mode. So if the data is symmetrical, then we can say all the three are equal. This is nothing but the relation for symmetrical data, right? So for asymmetrical data, so this is nothing but the relation. So mode is equal to 3 times of median minus 2 times of mean. Next, moving on to question number 17, the arithmetic mean of the data. So here if you observe, so this is the observation 1 and it is repeated one time, so frequency is given. So this is nothing but we call it as discrete frequency distributed data. This particular frequency distribution is nothing but called as discrete frequency distributed data, right? So 1 is repeated one time, 2 is repeated 2 times, 3 is repeated 3 times, 4 is repeated 4 times, and so on. N is repeated n times. Now what is he asking? Arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean is given by, so what is the formula? Sum of observations by number of observations. So what about sum of observations? So here we need to consider, so this formula, so sigma fi xi by sigma fi. So here sum of frequency, so sum of product of frequency and the observation divided by sum of frequencies, so which is given by 1 into 1 plus 2 into 2 plus 3 into 3 plus 4 into 4 plus and so on, n into n divided by sum of frequencies. So sum of frequencies is nothing but 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on n. In the numerator if you observe, this is nothing but 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus and so on plus n square divided by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on plus n. If you observe the numerator, these are nothing but sum of squares of first and natural numbers, which is given by n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole divided by 6. So this is nothing but the numerator value divided by, so sum of first and natural numbers is given by n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Now this I can write it as n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6 into this denominator part. So this denominator part will get reciprocated and comes as multiplication. Then I can write as 2 by n into n plus 1. Now n into n plus 1, n into n plus 1 gets cancelled. In this 2 table, this 6 goes 3 times. So hence the answer is 2n plus 1 divided by 3. Hence the answer is option 3. Right? Next, moving on to question number 18. If the number of items in data is known, if the number of items in the data is known, that means n value is known, then the central value which determines the sum of the items is, then which determines the sum of the items, the central value which determines the sum of the items. So what we can say, sum of items is nothing but arithmetic mean only, no? So already we know the formula, right? If the number of items in a data is known, that means n is known, the central value which determines the sum of the items is, it is nothing but given by arithmetic mean. So sum of items we can directly find it by formula we are having now, right? Next, moving on to question number 19. If the number of items in an ungrouped data is 120, so totally how many items are there? 120 items are there. Then third quartile. So third quartile means, see, if you are having a data, so which is distributed like this, if you consider the exact halfway, so this exact halfway is nothing but we call it as median, right? And to the starting point and the median, if you consider the middle, so this is called as first quartile. So this part is called as first quartile. So first quartile means 1/4 part. So this median is nothing but called as second quartile. So second quartile is nothing but 2/4 part, which is nothing but half. Okay. Next, from median to the end. So for suppose if this is 0 and this is 1, then at exactly middle of median and the end, so there will be a third quartile. So this is nothing but my third quartile. So this third quartile is nothing but given by 3/4. So this is exists at 3/4 of the given position. That means, so third quartile of 120. So what is third quartile of 120? it is nothing but 3 by 4 into 120. So if there is nothing, that means 1 is present. So in 4 table this 120 goes 30 times, so 3 30s are 90. So 90th item is nothing but present at the third quartile. For suppose if we ask about first quartile, so first quartile means 1/4 of 120, which is nothing but 30, right? If we ask about second quartile or median, then 60th item is my answer. Next, moving on to question number 20. The median of x by 5, x by 4, x by 2, x by 3 is 8, and if x is greater than 0, then the value of x is. Now let us see this. So whenever you are going to find out the median, so first of all you need to see whether the observations are in ascending order or descending order, right? Now what I am going to do is I am going to make it in ascending order. So ascending order means, so if you observe, if there is nothing, that means denominator contains 1 here. Now as per the numbers, if denominator is greater, then the whole value will be lesser. That means if I keep it in ascending order, so what comes first? X by 5, followed by x by 4, followed by x by 3, next x by 2, next finally x by 1, right? So since he has mentioned x is greater than 0, that means since numerator is positive, then it depends on the denominator. If denominator is greater, then whole value will be lesser. So this is nothing but my ascending order. Okay, now how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since odd number of observations are given, hence the middlemost one will be my median. So what is the middlemost one? So the middlemost one is x by 3. So clearly the median is x by 3. So but median is given as 8, no? So x by 3 is equal to 8. On cross multiplication, x is equal to 8 into 3, which gives me x is equal to 24. Hence the value of x is 24, right? So likewise, so we are going to discuss 20 questions in each and every video, right? So thank you for watching the video. So please stay connected with the channel so that you will be getting so more questions so from this chapter and the other chapters, and it makes your learning easy, right? So thank you for watching.